live stream chat. There we go. Okay, so that one's ready. And that one's ready. All right, so we are now live on more than one platform. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Right.
All right, get over and read those comments now.
All
right, good. Let the dogs bark. Let the dogs begin barking. I need to bring it back a little bit more. What? Warm and Fuzzy Soapery's multiple lives.
That's right.
That's right. Hello, Mr. Warm and Fuzzy.
Hello.
And hello, anybody else who's out there? You know what I can't see on YouTube is I can't see, because it's Riverside, so I don't know how many people are on.
Well, you might be able to see that, but you'd be able to see it.
You could probably
find it.
yeah, switch over and check, just out of curiosity.
Tell everybody what you're doing. All the people that are here.
All the people that are here. Today we are wrapping soap. I have a few things to wrap. I have all of these soaps to wrap. This is Wicked Garden. This soap is made with turmeric, ginger, carrot, and beet juice. And it has no fragrance to it. We call it Wicked Garden.
It says, wait, I can't say Elysia from Miss Kumar's class.
Oh, hello, Elysia. Elysia or Liza? Elizabeth.
Elysia, oh, it's Warm Fuzzy Soap, real live.
Nice.
There you go.
And what does it have, like a thing on it? Like, I don't know. I've never done it before. So
There's a message there. There's a message.
there is
Yep.
in the chat.
Uh-huh.
I don't see it.
Hang on.
Interesting. I'm supposed to be able to
The live chat.
see the chat. Okay, so for those of you who are on and not understanding why I'm talking to myself and talking to I'm talking to John. He's across the room. John is my husband. He is the person who will read all of the comments because I can't see them because they're too small. We're also trying something new today, and I'm also using my Riverside equipment that we use for the podcast, the Dirty Heifers podcast. I'm using that to
I love these
also,
soaps. I always be asking you for lip balms.
yes, I also am using that to live stream on YouTube. So this is the first time we're going live stream with Riverside and also on another platform besides TikTok. So this is just weird for me. And I'm just doing this and that. Clearing out all those comments on my texts because people are chatting. So we're just gonna wrap some soap today. I am wearing my jacket because I'm always cold, and it's rainy out today. Rain and yuckiness. I feel like I don't have enough room here today. I'm at a different angle than usual. Yeah, we turned our table around. Normally we have the table going this way, and we turned it that way to just kind of make a little bit more room in our home. But that means that my camera is at a different place for the live. Because I usually just put it on the chair, my camera on the chair, my tripod, whatever, on the chair across from me. But now if I put it across, it's really far. Yeah, if you have any questions about soap or wrapping soap or ingredients, or fragrances, anything like that, we'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Wrapping questions. If you have a question about the song in the background, I'll handle that too. And
wrap that soap and you're able to do what?
yes, so first I'm going to wrap this soap. There are about, I want to say 78 bars of this soap, maybe 77 because I already have one wrapped. And then when I'm done with wrapping this soap, I'm going to wrap a custom soap that's a shave soap that we made for Matt. And that's gonna be weird for me because that's a round soap. It's in the shape of a hockey puck. So we're gonna use coffee filters to do that one. And a round label to stick it. And we're always trying to do things to be a little nicer to Mother Earth. So we use recyclable paper.
You could pull that soap out a little closer to you so people can see it.
This way?
Yeah, because you can barely see it.
Should I push the...
Not that, the tray.
Oh, on there. Yeah. Okay, I was looking at the bottom one.
Like that.
Make a new plane stand. So we used to wrap our soap in shrink wrap paper. And then someone said to us, you know, your soap is so amazing, you'd have a customer for life if you could get rid of the single-use plastics, which we didn't really love wrapping our soap like that anyway. I mean, I love the way it looks on some people's. I just felt like ours needed a little bit something more. So we went with the paper wrap. And this paper, we could take it to a printer, but we stamp it up ourselves. And it has our logo on it. And we just stamp it all over and then cut it down to the size that we need. The paper comes in a roll from a restaurant supply place called, it's just deli paper.
People on YouTube. Hello, YouTube.
Awesome. Hello, YouTube. Hello, a TikTok. And the deli paper, we get it at a restaurant supply store. It's relatively inexpensive. When we first started wrapping soap, it was less than $10. I think now it's up to...
Hello, Miss July.
Hello, Miss July. So now it's up to $11 and change, I think, maybe closer to $12. And it still comes out to less than 1 cent per wrapper. I know a lot of soap makers use boxes, and I love the look of the boxes too. What I like about the boxes is you can put a hole in your box, and then this way, if you have a scented soap, people can smell it, and if you have a soap with a pretty design on it, they can see it. That's the only downside to our wrapper.
I love the candle. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh.
Crystal, which one did you get?
So we're also live on YouTube today for the first time ever. Trying a little something different, trying to
multi-stream.
Yeah, multi-stream, and I think I'm trying to work it out where the software that I have, I can do
Oh, the Volkswagen thing. Cool.
from everywhere at once, but I cannot seem to get a streaming key to stream to TikTok. I need to get a streaming key, and I can't figure out where to get that unless I can go to a... I can't get it on a laptop, on a Mac. It says that it's available on a
Crystal,
desktop.
What did you think of that fragrance, Kristen?
Which one should she get?
She got the van.
Oh,
Volkswagen.
the Volkswagen with that fragrance is called
That's
Woodstock. Yeah. Not very, like, it's not an overwhelming patchouli
Well, that's why I'm asking.
fragrance. I like that one. It's very, that's the kind of thing that I say is soft. So now when you smell that, it's not like a harsh in your face, like this fragrance is like, whoa. It's soft. It's muted. It's subtle.
Three ways of saying the same thing.
Yes.
Hey.
Hello, I owned a dictionary at one time and have used a thesaurus. I wonder if kids today even use thesauruses. I know that we don't have them in our school. We used to have dictionary. We don't even have dictionaries in our school. Like, what? Yeah, I understand. But elementary school kids don't have phones. And if they do have phones, they're locked up all day. They're not allowed to just take them out. We used to have class sets of dictionaries, and we would teach them how to use it. Those all disappeared, though, I think.
Must be kind of cool to have.
A class set of dictionaries?
Like for the game room.
Yeah.
Have like your like old encyclopedias, or it would be cool to get like a. It is my second
sound is
favorite
so
scent now.
different.
I'm in love with
Interesting.
All right, cool.
July said
Hello, Rudra.
Hello Rudra. July is on YouTube and she just said the sound is so different over here. I don't hear the music as much. That is because on YouTube it's streaming from my laptop and the microphone is facing me.
Fun fact.
Whereas-
So what have you guys today won tickets to see the Beach Boys tonight?
Oh, who won tickets?
Travis.
Hey Matt.
Hello, Matthew.
Travis, that's funny. Emily named
Hello,
her
Laura.
first car Travis.
Yeah.
She did.
Right?
And then she went down and found a Travis Street in our town. I'm pretty sure she's got that sign somewhere. The street sign.
That's not illegal.
Yeah, so the microphone for the laptop is facing me, so that's why you really can't hear the music. But the phone, that microphone is going to pick up everything. You know, those iPhones, they have ridiculous microphones. Although I guess I could use
Put that other mic. In
that other mic in there.
We'll try it.
Should I
That's why-
try it?
That's why we're testing. No,
Oh, it's upstairs.
Test it for me.
But I like how I can see July's comment because it's way bigger than the ones on TikTok. Those are much smaller.
YouTube, you mean?
I
Oh,
can
I'm
see the
criticizing.
YouTube, I can read that YouTube comment from here
Oh,
and
cool.
with no issues.
Kitty just joined. Hello, Kitty.
Hello, Kitty. Hey, Kitty. I made that video and did that rawr part, and I just sat in the podcast room cracking up laughing, and AJ came in and he's like, "What are you laughing at?" So I said I was trying to make a video.
And you made the mistake of trying to explain it to him.
Yeah, I tried to explain it to him, and then I was like telling him how, all right, in the video I'm talking about Greek gods and Greek
Say,
guys
Chapman, how are you, girl?
and how they used olive oil. I think it was olive oil I was talking about, olive oil to actually bathe with. And then in the video I'm going like this because I know I'm going to edit in a random Greek attractive male. Who did I pick?
John Stamos?
John Stamos. Okay.
Random. Yeah, like you.
I Googled Greek, famous Greeks, right? So, and then John Stamos, I'm like, oh, I recognize him, right? So let me use that one, because there was a bunch of them that came up, and I didn't recognize a lot of them. But I recognized him, so I used
Hello,
his picture.
Griselle.
And then, so
Right
for
there.
the video, I put John Stamos up there, and
We're doing
I
good,
talked about
Sadie.
how olive oil was a good thing, and I acted like whatever. So my acting skills are just fantastic. I'm just on. Can I see the hearts on YouTube? Is that a thing?
On YouTube?
I can't see them on here.
Let me see.
July asked.
Okay.
But I guess when I'm done with this live stream, I'll be able to check all of the metrics for YouTube, which will be a first for me. Because we've never gone live on YouTube before.
There you go. To watch it. It tells you right under the title. To watch it.
And it's you in July.
What are we wrapping today?
Today we're wrapping Wicked Garden,
Hello, Crystal.
which is this is turmeric, beet juice, carrot, and ginger all in one soap. Supposed to be really, really good for you, like really great for your skin. It is unscented for people who have really sensitive skin. And then when I'm done with this, I'm wrapping Matt's soap so we can get those out to him. I wrapped one already because I wanted to practice and not look like an idiot when I'm on camera. Because it's puck shaped. It's shaped like a hockey puck. Make like a hockey player and get the puck out of here. What?
Whoa.
So that one's shaped like a hockey puck. And so I'm going to use a coffee filter to wrap that. And we'll hold it in place with the
How
sticker.
funky you made that sound. Coffee filter.
Coffee filter.
I wondered why I got 1 million shares to watch the live.
Oh, because I said I was wrapping yours. Yeah, I did. I said I'm going to wrap it. Ooh, this one's got some, I can't tell if it's Glycerin Rivers or if
That's
just
the gel.
the middle gel. Yeah. but they look very similar. I'm gonna hold it up to the camera in a second. So Glycerin Rivers, when you're making the soap, it tends to, like, it looks like almost like a crackle. And this one looks like that, but I think it's just that it went through gel phase right here. You can see it's a little bit darker right
Yeah,
here.
that's just the gel, that incomplete gel.
But when the soap gels, that means it gets very, very hot. Sometimes the regular, I want to say the regular part, when you don't add the colorant, this it can look a little bit translucent almost. Yes. Tell Grandpa hello.
Wicked Garden is great, used it the other day.
You did. Awesome. Who's that? Oh, is that Jen Finnan?
Yeah.
Because she's the only one that's gotten it, the new one.
Can't wait to show you what I needed the logo for.
I can't wait to see it.
Is it bad that I'm a little afraid, Matthew? Does it surprise you at all?
No. John and I are trying to narrow down when we will be coming to Tennessee. I suggested spring break.
No chance.
And he said no chance because AJ will be home. I can't really, I can leave him, legally, I can leave him home alone. Yeah, absolutely. He'll be 18 by then. However, I would like to come home to my house standing. And I know that if any of my children were to stay home alone,
Hello, Alana.
he would be the one to have a raging house party.
Decoration for the studio. Okay.
Oh, decoration for the studio. Nice. So we cannot come down spring break, and he can't come with us spring break either because he has baseball. So, you know, if he had nothing to do, we'd say, come with us, we'll go on a trip. But he has baseball, so he has to stay here. And I love my son, just don't want to party. So we're trying to figure out what week in the summer is going to be good for us to come. Probably right in the beginning of July. As soon as school ends, I'd like to get down there.
Ow. Your dog is looking for attention.
Yes, my dog is looking for attention. She's
Her talons.
over there. She's like, she lays down next to you and then just kicks you and just keeps kicking you until you pay her attention. And so she's annoying.
School ends in July.
No, school ends for us. I'm in New York City, and we go until the last Thursday in June. So whatever the last Thursday in June is our last day of school. And I feel like I have something to do the day after school ends. I don't know what, but I feel like there's something on the calendar somewhere. And then we'll head down. It's going to be hot as, but
Fingers crossed I start my new job in time to visit you in your house.
nice.
That's crazy.
Well, we'll definitely carve out some time. John's got his friend Corey that lives in
That's
Tennessee.
crazy. When do you start? We go back in September.
We go back the day after Labor Day in September.
Jen's cat headbutts are for attention. Cooper used to do that.
Yeah, a lot of people go back in September and then they end like early June, mid-June, whatever. But we get a lot of days off during the year in New York because of all the holidays. So
Christmas is me in Tennessee.
Yes, Crystal, you'll get to meet John. We're gonna head down to Pulaski for our time there. We're gonna look for a builder, look for a whatchamacallit.
He's in Oregon.
Who's in Oregon?
Person was
Chris?
asking you about, I believe the name is Ronnie.
Oh.
Asking you about school.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we start the day after Labor Day. The teachers go in, and then we have 2 days to go to meetings and set up our classroom, and then the kids come in, and we go until the last Thursday in June, which is hard. And this is, what's hard is it's, my last second to last year. Next year will be my last year. but we're gonna get down to Pulaski. We're gonna go check out some builders. We'll go meet up with Matt. We'll see Crystal.
Grade you teach? My mom has been a 5th grade teacher for 24 years.
I teach elementary school. I did 5th grade for a little while. Oh, hello. You guys are so awesome. Can you explain the process of creating your soaps for Midnight Ring? And the said, hello there. And can you, oh, that was July. I will explain that in 1 second. I am the computer teacher now. I have taught kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade all, for long periods of time. But at the end of your career in New York, it is typically a goal for you to become an out-of-classroom teacher. The music teacher, the art teacher, the gym teacher. Some schools have a science teacher or a librarian, you know, things like that. So,
Crystal doesn't have a car or vehicle anymore.
oh, that stinks. So I am I'm the technology teacher. So I have laptops and I show them how to use the laptops to all the grades, kindergarten, well, pre-K through 5th grade, but I don't, pre-K doesn't use laptops. I give them snack.
Rhea?
Oh, hi, Rhea. Hello, Olive.
Oh, hey, Olive. What's going on?
So,
Mother-in-law just went to admin, and it's the assistant principal.
I wonder I'm going to show on the stream. Can you explain oh, that's so cute. Can you explain the process of creating your soaps? Someone says, Midnight Rain. So I usually make soaps live on TikTok, and then I post the actual lives on YouTube, but I think from now on we're going to be going live on both.
They try to do Facebook too.
Yeah, and try and do Facebook too, but for right now it's just I can't connect to my regular page. So anyway.
I'm gonna get a divorce soon and hopefully get a vehicle after that, I hope. Okay.
Okay. So we take our oils and for soap to make soap you need oils and fats and butters, whatever kind of your recipe is. So our recipe is olive oil, rice bran oil, castor oil, palm oil, coconut oil, and shea butter, right? So we use those 6 oils in the 1 butter, 5 oils and 1 butter. And we measure it out to whatever our mold is going to hold, and then we make a lye solution. A lye solution sounds scary. It's not. I just made a video on it. It'll be posting soon. Lye solution is sodium hydroxide and water, typically water. We don't use water, we use aloe vera juice because it's just got that extra oomph for your skincare. So when you mix the lye solution in with the oils and we stick blend it.
I didn't realize there were that many oils in soap.
You can make a soap with just 1 oil. You can use just plain olive oil. You can use just plain shea butter. They're all going to give you a different end product, right? So some oils make your bars hard. Some oils make your bars bubbly, like castor oil is great for bubbliness. Palm oil will make your soap harder and it will also make it silky smooth. Coconut oil gives it that cleansing feeling.
Olive said, what soap is that?
This one is Wicked Garden, and it's unscented, and it has beet juice, turmeric, carrot juice, and ginger in it.
Can you make a Hello Kitty one?
Is that a kid from school?
Yeah.
I don't have a Hello Kitty mold.
Good.
But we could. So, oh, hi Jeremiah. Is that you, Jeremiah, that said hello on YouTube? So when you take all the oils, and we mix our oils because we want the different properties that each of the oils brings to the soap. Like an olive oil soap is very gentle, but it's not very bubbly and it's not very cleansing. So we add the castor oil for the bubbly, we add the coconut oil for the cleansing, we add the palm oil so the bar is harder and it lasts a long time. There's a lot of thought into what we do to come up with our oil mix. And every soap maker makes a different base recipe. So that's our base recipe, is the six oils. So then when we put them together, and once you put the lye solution in, it begins a chemical process called, July said she can't play both at the same time. So it has a On 2 different devices, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's on the same device.
Oh,
So it starts the chemical process called saponification,
super cool.
and the lye mixes in with the oils and it bonds with them.
It breaks it apart.
There you go, breaks it apart.
It combines with the fats,
Fatty
In the
acids. Mm-hmm.
creating soap,
Mm-hmm.
and the byproducts are glycerin
Mm-hmm.
and water.
Right.
It breaks into, so by the time it's done, and we cut the soap and we're selling it to you, there's no lye.
Yes, there's no lye.
Completely changed into something different.
Right. There's no lye left in the soap when you're done, when it's done being made. So you don't have to be like, oh my goodness, I don't want soap with lye in it. But when you think about it, it's like kind of like making a cake, right? When you make a cake, you put 2 eggs in your cake and you mix it all up, and at the end you have a cake. You don't have eggs anymore, right? There's egg in it. You needed the egg to make it, but you can't separate out the egg anymore, right? Love, love, love my shorts. Too funny. Oh, thank you. It just says the, so I don't know what else your name is because it seems to cut them off. I'm looking at, I'm not using the YouTube platform. I'm using a different
Part of the
platform.
process, but it isn't present afterwards, correct.
Yes. So I'm glad you like the shorts. We're working it, being a business owner, you really have to, one of the things that we didn't realize when we first started making soap is that we were going to have to become social media
Is that on YouTube?
experts. Yes.
Was that on YouTube?
It just says the for me.
Cool.
What does it say for
I
like,
don't see anything, I just see that there's 3 viewers.
oh, you don't see comments?
No.
Really?
I might be able to turn them on though, wait a minute.
If you're in the live stream, you should be able to see other people's comments.
Hang on. 'Cause I know I can do.
Yeah, so we don't realize when you're becoming a maker of, whether it's soap or any other product, you have to become a social media wizard. And of course, that's all something that we're learning. I don't know anything about making videos or
Busy Bee says,
content.
I'm also a soap maker, I love, love, love.
What does it say?
Yeah, sure.
The Busy Bee?
Busy Bee?
Busy, because I only see the word the. Oh, it's the Busy Bee. She just typed it. She or he, I can't tell because I only see a white square. I don't.
Well, you guys are awesome. Yes, okay, keep it up. Okay, good. Thanks for answering my questions.
That's what I'm here for. I love answering questions. You know why? Because if you give me a question, I can think real quick and I can start, yammering on about your question. If people don't give me questions, thank you. If people don't give me questions, then I blabber. I blabber about nothing. And I feel like that might be boring to people. So I feel like it's just much more entertaining when you guys ask questions.
Kind of like cooking with wine.
Right.
Kind of like that, but
Yeah.
yes.
So there's none of it left. It's a completely different thing in the beginning,
How many bars are you wrapping right now?
Right now, I'm wrapping 1 batch, and our batch sizes are 78 bars. It usually comes out to 78 bars, and then I have some extra slivers and cuts like that.
Just to keep in mind, when you're cooking, it doesn't change, it doesn't chemically change,
That's true.
at a molecular level.
Right.
It will burn off alcohol, it will, Maillard reaction make it more, the browning and make it more tasty, but it doesn't change the actual molecules. This, because it's
Changes.
It's a forced chemical reaction, changes the molecules from lye and oil into the actual soap molecule.
Right.
Holy moly, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's just 1 batch.
Yeah, this is just 1 batch.
My name is Kat.
Hello, Kath.
That's Busy Bee.
The Busy Bee, Kath. Gonna have to. Can you give them? Can you give them a follow or something? That's my husband, John. He is
From, yeah.
looking at the live streams. He's got the TikTok in one hand, the YouTube in the other, and he's handling all of that. And he's also reading any comments that I might miss, because I can see my YouTube comments are here, my TikTok comments are up there, and I cannot see. Woo, 5 viewers on YouTube. I can't read the TikTok ones because they're too far away. So John reads all the comments for me, and the 2 of us answer questions, and we talk over each other all the time. It's kind of like we're on The View. without the politics.
I'll try to put my heart like that. 18 on TikTok. I need to get used to
Switching back and forth. Well, he's got two devices, right? So he has his phone in one hand and his laptop on the other.
We're gonna figure out a way to, because I can be a producer on that.
Yes, I can invite him as a producer, but I think it was because I clicked that I was going to record with just myself. Normally I have to click
Right, no, I'm saying there's
And
a
I
setup in there that you can.
assign
make me
you as a
and
producer.
I can follow the feed the same way you do.
Right. But it's nice to see it the way it's supposed to look too, because mine, you know,
You can split the screen. Yeah, but it won't run two, it doesn't seem to be wanting to run two
lives at once.
lives at once. I think July tried that. She didn't have a phone to do that, July.
Yes. And I know July, what's for dinner tonight for Grandpa? I get nervous when I get down to the end of the tape. I don't know why.
No way, we have plenty of tape.
We have a bunch of tape, and I just have to keep checking it. Like, is it gonna last? I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be
you're
enough.
foolish by running that tape?
I don't know.
Straight up steamed, fresh veggies and steamed rice.
Nice. Nice. We had some leftovers for dinner tonight.
Leftover disappointing Mexican food.
Yes, disappointing, very expensive Mexican food. We have I was out yesterday. We were
$63 burrito.
yeah, we were dropping off an order for Pandemonium, which if you're on Long Island, Pandemonium has a couple of shops. They have one in Deer Park and one in what's the other? I mean Babylon, not Deer. It's on Deer Park Avenue, but not. And Northport. And so they keep my stuff in their boutique. They also order some custom stuff from us. So I was dropping off an order for them yesterday. And
Sweet potato and green raisins for his midnight sun. What the hell's a green raisin?
I don't know, what is a green raisin?
I don't know.
Never heard of a green raisin before. Hello, Winston Walter. Been looking at your beautiful molds. Well,
Hello, Tiffany. Stop looking and start buying.
yeah, Kath, I'm telling you right now, if you're looking for a mold that's gonna last, and you have, I am pretty good at wrapping for Christmas presents, but only when they're perfectly square. Anything that's not a perfect, like,
John has the
fold,
mock-up for the
John has to
project
do it.
I'm doing. What do you think? Matt, I'm doing two things. You're trying to like fry my brain?
he's got the two phones over there, one in each hand.
Well,
Phone,
oh my
YouTube,
God.
whatever, phone, iPad.
We're gonna have to check it out. Oh, there she is. Finally. Hello, Lauren.
Oh, hello, Lauren.
Red raisin doesn't. What? Red raisin doesn't. He doesn't like. Prefers the green one.
Oh, you mean like green grapes that turned into raisins? Is that different? I thought all raisins were the same. Can you
there's
grab
golden
me a?
raisins. Is the yellow the golden raisin?
That must be.
The green raisin.
I never
Well,
heard
maybe
of the
she's
green.
saying grapes.
But if you're looking at July's molds, if you're looking into getting a new mold, invest in hers because they are worth it. The liner is worth every penny
Worth its weight in gold.
on for everything. I mean, if you're looking at wood, HDPE, either way, she has them both. But the molds are so easy to release, and the thickness is so perfect. They don't flop in. Like we used the Workshop Heritage one the other day for a custom.
Do we actually have the,
And it just-
the first one of your molds that was
Even
sold?
just pouring it in, because it's a single loaf, because it was a custom, so we only needed a few. So it was a single loaf, and the
You're
liner
French
goes like
people
this, and they're just trying to get
okay.
in there. It's just
Told you, son.
different. What?
Grapes, not raisins. In French they call them raisins. We need
Funny.
a translator for you, July. Because I was just going through the molds, like cleaning them up and stacking them again. And that first one that we got,
Uh-huh.
like a million years ago.
Yeah.
That's like the first one.
Yep.
We've been at it with her, with July, with these molds for, seems like, what,
Mhm.
7 years?
Yeah.
However long she's been making it.
Yeah. However long she's been making it, we've got the first of the slab molds. That's not even the size that we use. that we still have.
I think we have all. We have everything.
I don't think we have every one of her sizes. She makes a lot of sizes. Remind me when we get off. I want to tell you what my ideas that I had for her today.
Say goodbye to my boss's dog today. It was my last day at work, and I'm still crying.
Oh, Lauren. Those lasts are hard. And those emotions hit hard. But you're moving up. It's, you know, you're improving yourself, right? She's going to nursing school, right? Nursing school? EMT, something like that, right? And it's not like you won't be back to visit. I'm sure you will. Back to Dryden.
And she was 2, she said.
Wow. And now we have hot flash.
I knew it was a matter of time.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. I don't think I go an hour without a hot flash. It's crazy.
The jean jacket is off.
Yes. It'll be back on in a minute.
Wonderfully bright orange shirt is on.
Yes. Well, I'm actually wearing a school shirt today.
She's basically mine. Yeah.
Today was anything but a backpack day at my school. And I think I think maybe we have like 100.
Love the dog on the shirt.
Thank you. This is the bulldog from my school, which they changed.
Is that Wicked Garden? Yes.
This is Wicked
Well,
Garden.
It is.
And
It's back.
we have, so we have anything but a backpack day today. And I only carry lunch back and forth to school. I've been teaching for 28 years. I don't bring my lesson plans home. The only time I ever bring something home is if I need to, you know, get ready to do report cards or something like that. But that's all done on the laptop. And I don't even have to bring my laptop to and from school anymore because everything's done through Google. So if I sign into Google here and I sign into Google at school, it's the same thing. I have everything that I need. So I don't really have to carry anything. So all I carry back and forth to school is my lunch. I brought it in John's guitar case today. They took a picture. It should be on Instagram. But not a lot of, like I said to Andrea, Miss Mitchell, she came in, well, she was out yesterday. So I'm like, oh, what'd you use for anything but a backpack day today? And she's like, I didn't bring anything to school today.
Andrea, of all people?
Well, she doesn't bring anything to
Miss
school.
School Spirit?
She brings nothing except occasionally lunch, but most of the time she'll go out and get lunch.
I'll bring my puppy home next week. She's a pug.
Aw.
Oreo.
Well,
Awesome. I didn't know you were getting one.
who said that?
One.
No, that's not Lauren. That's Country Girl.
Oh,
That's Crystal. Right?
that's Crystal. Sorry. Sorry, Lauren.
Crystal's getting a puppy. All right, we're almost down to these. Then I just throw the labels on there. So we do, again, for the wrapper, we do the paper that we put our logo on. And then
I don't need to know the animal. Lauren, exactly. I get you.
the labels we do ourselves. We actually bought a muzzle for Delilah.
Yeah.
Bought a muzzle. I'm doing the slow training with it before we can bring her outside again, because she just, whenever we see another animal, she just goes apeshit crazy and she tries to attack Casey. So even though it's just going to be me and John walking them, he'll have one dog, I'll have the other, and we can be far enough apart that they don't attack each other. It's I just would rather her.
The basket muzzle? No, it's one of the cloth ones.
It's mesh. It's a mesh one. And it's really just for when we go on walks. And then when we go to Tennessee in the summertime, we're gonna bring her with us. So when we stop at like rest stops
What's going on, Ed?
and
Jesse?
stuff, she needs a muzzle. She can't be trusted. And as a pet owner, I don't want someone to come over and reach for her or do. She's very
When I
cute.
come back on here, I need to rewind YouTube. I actually just had to fast forward so to catch up.
What do you mean?
When you swipe out of the YouTube, it stops it.
Oh, and then it goes to
And
back to
that-
where you were, so
right.
it just continues?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jesse, I'm live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. I'm doing YouTube through Riverside to try it and see how that works.
Like when you guys do your
Yeah,
live,
I figure I'll be the guinea pig. I'll test it out.
try a basket. They're easier to breathe, but
I think it's right
Provide
on the
full
other side of the
coverage.
table. Is it right here?
I've
Here it
been
is.
nipped-
This
I've
is
been
the
nipped with mesh.
What?
She said try the basket because she's been nipped with mesh. Well, I'm not.
Well-
the point is that she's not getting.
Yeah,
any-
she's not getting near
it's
anyone.
completely closed.
This is what it looks like, right? She's not going to get near anyone, and if anybody, like, I think it'll just stop people from being tempted to pet her.
Let me see if I can see you on YouTube. Jesse said. Yep.
There is a podcast. Oh, did you know there is also a podcast? Oh, that's July. She's pushing me. She's a mess. She makes me laugh. Who's a mess? Yeah, so this is, and I feel like just having this on her when we're walking her will deter people from coming up and petting her. Not that they have before, but I always feel guilty. Like I would have Delilah and Casey and Cooper would be every time we walk past people's houses, they wanted to pet Cooper because he's just so big, you know? So they would be petting and I have to hold Delilah back and people are like, oh, she's so cute. No, I have to hold her back because I never know what she's going to do. But I feel like having that is the responsible thing to do. And that's light, so it's not too, you know, it's not going to weigh her down. And it's really just for when we walk her around the neighborhood and then when we travel, going in and out of a hotel that's a pet-friendly hotel.
Jesse said I don't see it on YouTube. I'm watching it, Jess.
Yeah, it's up.
It's there.
It's there. I'm on, right? It's under Warm and Fuzzy, right?
Yeah. Fuzzy Fuzzy.
Yeah.
I searched for it. It came right up.
I don't know what the difference is, but trying to decide which mold to purchase from the 5-pound log molds. You're the mess that makes me laugh. Well, thank you. I feel like my personality that I put on social media is pretty genuine and very, very, very close to my actual personality.
So I was looking for dirty heifers.
Only I keep it way more clean online because I am a teacher during the day. Couple of years, I'll be cursing like a sailor online. Just kidding. That's not really who I am.
It's weird hearing those comments. Feisty.
Old lady of a dog. She really is. She's a freaking little witch.
Do you though? Laura say?
Do I what? Curse like a sailor?
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. When my brother
There she is.
Rob,
There's Jesse on YouTube.
when my brother Rob when he was younger, he eloped, right? And when he came back from his elopement, my parents decided, let's have a party and we'll have the two families meet. His new wife and her mother and wife, and then their whole family came over to our house, and I was specifically told to watch my mouth. And then when they came over, I was talking, and he introduced me as my sister, the truck driver. This is my sister, the truck driver. Because I curse like a sailor. All right, well, I curse like a sailor, so I'm a truck driver. Does that even make sense?
Sure.
I might not have needed this tape after all.
Already a weird call last night as I came in.
You can't reply to the person on
chatting in
YouTube,
the chat
but here I
on
can.
YouTube.
That's what. Oh, you mean like to click it to reply? But I see that you're talking to her.
Yeah. Yes. I cuss worse than a sailor, even though I was one. That's Kitty.
Yes, I remember Kitty was in the military. But that's pretty much the only difference. The only difference between my on-screen personality and off-screen personality is my language.
I can hear you better on TikTok.
You can.
That's good.
So I think next time I will use the microphone. Oh, I could even use the other microphone, the JBL one.
JBL.
Not the JBL, the big white one. My fluffy one with the
Oh,
muff.
Yeah, you could do it.
Is that JBL?
No, it's Yeti.
Yeti. Yeti, JBL. I don't know, why did I say JBL? What about that would make me think it must be something that I saw.
Like a sailor is PG swearing. Like a soldier gets interesting.
My white muffy, that's right. My white muff.
What?
That's scary because with my hair going gray now.
All right, it's still,
Too
not even-
much.
It's not even 6 o'clock yet.
I know. It's not even 6 o'clock and we're talking muff.
Put it above the table, please.
Oh, that's it. I did. I have 3 soaps left and I'm out of tape. Three soaps left. And then I'll put the labels on, and then we'll wrap Matt's soap, which again, I picked up Matt's soap and I said, ooh, this one smells good. What is
Yeah,
it?
you really liked it, Matt.
I do like it. It's a very good one. And then he had to remind me of the fragrance, and I already forgot what it was. But I know I'm going to pull that over here, and I'm going to go, ooh.
Sage and sweetgrass.
Oh, yes, sage and sweetgrass. Yeah, I like that one. It's a nice one. Matt has good
You
taste in
weren't crazy about
fragrance.
it out of the bottle, though.
Yeah,
You didn't like it.
out of the bottle, I didn't
You
think it
said-
smelled
you
like
said to
much.
yourself, you're like, man, what is with this guy? He's got a worse nose than you, and I can't smell anything.
Is AJ still here, or did he go to his phone?
He said,
Just looking at the clock. Oh yeah, so anything but a backpack today. I do early morning program on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and my kids come in, and I'm looking at them I'm like, they're all just wearing their regular backpacks. I'm like, today's anything but a backpack day. They're like, yeah, but we have so much stuff to carry, it wouldn't fit in anything else. And only one kid came in with something different than a backpack. It was a basket. Babesh had a basket. And then the rest of the kids during the day, I don't know. I think it's more like it's more suited for high school people than for elementary school.
I
Whoops.
sent them out really unique phrases, Matt said.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. So it has been suggested to me to use the label as the piece of tape here, and save that one little piece of tape and be more eco-conscious and all that. But first, the tape that we use is made from recycled materials. And second, if I want to do that, it just takes too long to pull this off and use that as the little piece of tape.
Never any bad ones, though, he said.
No, I don't think so. And even, you know which one I didn't love? The buttercream one that you had that one time.
Oh, yeah.
You had that was just a little sweet, but still nice.
Hello, Margaret.
Hello, Marge. I had a class today, and they were kindergarten, and this class comes with 4 adults, right?
Are
So
you seeing Jack D in our liquor stores and lots of American booze? Won't be for long.
What's
We'll
that?
get this taken care of.
Is that July?
Tariffs and everything.
Oh,
I thought it was funny how they were breaking up their stuff that they already paid for, but
yeah. Everybody's just overreacting. I say let's just see what happens. Let it play out. We can't change it. So I was on my lunch and I was editing a video So I'm on Riverside, and I edit the video on Riverside, and then I throw it into CapCut so I can do some like overlays and some of the funny stuff to it, because I'm starting to get a little bit better, I think, at it, right? So I'm on Canva. What?
Hi, Margaret from Margaret.
Oh, hello, Margaret. So I'm on Canva, and I'm trying to edit, blah, 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 and I have it all done.
Did you mention the podcast yet?
Not yet.
Okay, you should, while people are on, you should say.
So I will. This class comes in, and I'm working with one kid who is absolutely in love with the fat on my arm. I'm not even joking. This child just keeps coming up to me and grabbing my arm and rubbing his face in my arm, right? So I'm like, okay, honey, let's, I'm trying to redirect him, get him back on the laptop. And one of the kids gets up and bolts out of her seat, goes behind my desk over to my laptop, my personal laptop, and starts going like this on my laptop. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? First of all, don't go behind my desk, okay? Can't happen. I have like Tylenol in my desk. I have Excedrin in my desk. They can't be near, it's my personal stuff, right?
Are Canada geese?
Yeah, sure.
The actual geese?
I come back
I just saw some.
and I'm like, oh my goodness, if this kid just erased all of the editing that I just did, I'm gonna kill her. Not that I would actually kill her, but I pull her away. It took me like 5 minutes to X out of every single, I don't know what she did. She opened every single thing that my laptop had.
You just said, Kat, I used to teach special needs every minute of it.
I do, it is a special needs class, but I don't have a special needs degree. I know that when I went to school, my mother suggested to me, why don't you get a special ed license? And I said, Mom, I know myself and I don't have the patience for it. And I feel like if you don't have the patience for it, don't go into it, because you're never going to gain the patience for it.
And she was right.
And I was right, yeah. But I did, I didn't realize that teaching where I am, because of funding and all of that, pretty much every class is special needs or has a large portion of the students who are special needs and either awaiting their placement or, either parents are in denial or the school is in denial or somebody's in denial. There's always at least, I'd say, a tenth to a quarter of a class in the city anyway. So anyway, John was asking, did I mention the podcast yet? And no, I did not. I am a part of the Dirty Heifers podcast, and that is myself, Jesse from Country Lather Soapworks, and also Shauna from Bowana Bath and Body. We do have guests. We have only had one guest so far, and that was July. We are also having a guest this Friday. We're going to be filming this Friday, but it won't air for a few weeks because we're 2 weeks ahead.
What episode comes tomorrow?
Slimy sales tactics? That was yesterday's. I don't remember. I don't remember what we filmed. I'll tell you what it was. It's right here. Scaling up without burning out, growing your business the smart way. That is what's coming out tomorrow. So we talk about, how to scale up, how to go from, starting with your little Amazon mold to the bigger loaf molds, and then going from the loaf mold to the slab mold, and eventually the slab mold to the block, the cubes.
Tiffany said, I love that July was your first guest, as it should be.
We had to have July as our first guest. Like, that was no brainer. July is not just a great friend, but July is, I think, a staple in the soaping community.
It's like a huge part of all your businesses.
Yes, everything that we've ever done, we have, July has her finger in it somewhere. July is part of it. Even if it's something that it has nothing to do with soap, or it has nothing, July is a person who she's a cheerleader, right? And she's wanting everyone to do well.
Katie said if you'd ever do an episode on giving back, I would love to come on for Soap Donation Center.
That's a great idea.
Jesse just said that's a great idea.
let me, can you grab me my pink book over there and let me write that down? So the person that we're having this week, who will air in not this Thursday, not next Thursday, but probably the Thursday after that, is Chen.
Oh, look at that.
I forget her. Oh, it
do
turned.
it
There you
sideways.
go. There, now you can see your comments.
See all of them though.
Yeah.
That's
So,
Now,
she owns LA Vineyards Farms or something like that, and we will be discussing marketing with her. And Kit, this is my to-do book. I just got it,
This is just, okay.
and I, because all I do is leave myself to-do
You know how much
notes.
easier that is to read
Yeah.
than on the screen?
I leave myself to-do lists everywhere, and I put them on Post-its, and then I get home and I'm like, oh, where's my to-do list? I left it at school, or I left it at home. So now I have a book, and I just to-do this is my to-do list that I'm working on now.
The organized heifer.
The organized heifer is no
Let's
joke.
make a note.
With all my little check marks, everything gets a box, and it doesn't get checked until it's done, and
Thank you so much for speaking so highly of me.
Oh,
Realize that.
well,
Stop it.
and
You
I
know
had
you're a big part
have
of
my
it all.
school stuff, and then we'll make a podcast page just to research, and we're gonna put Kitty in. The weird thing is, none of us have met this person who we're going to be interviewing on Friday, Chen. We've never met her. And so, she wants to do a couple of episodes with us, which marketing can be forever. We can talk about marketing every single day, all day long. That people have whole podcasts about that. But
The mini heifer flies by the seat of her pants.
yes, we don't. We don't know how we're going to mesh with her. So we want to, just have one episode, see how it goes. If everything goes well, we'll have her back at another time. But we know we mesh with Kitty. And what was the topic again for Kitty?
Giving back?
Giving back, and something about a donation center.
Yeah, or self-donation. Self-donation center. And if any of you guys who are longtime listeners, you've been with us for a while, if you know that if you have a suggestion, something you think
Mhm.
that might,
Definitely. If you have a topic, let me get the TikTok things telling me we've been on for a while, so do the puzzle.
you just said that episode might be a little unhinged.
Yeah, right. So if you have a topic that you'd like us to cover, let us know, and then it
Longtime
might be
listeners, she's laughing.
on there. Also, if you would like to be a guest and you have something that, like Kitty just said, hey, I do this,
Yep.
we'll throw you on there. We will get you in as a guest.
Longtime listener, first time caller.
Kath says, funny thing, I started with soaps, then I added shampoos, face cream, which took off like crazy. Just over the last 2 years, my soaps have picked up in sales. I've been a maker for 10 years. Nice.
Mama Blue Eyes has a question.
Mama Blue Eyes, what's your question? Let's hear your question.
Go for it.
Shoot, go for it.
Matt said I would be scared to know what topics I dealt with.
Matt, you would probably make a great guest as the serial entrepreneur. Yep, and now I'm getting too warm. Took me so long to put this stupid jacket on.
For a long time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long summer.
How can I get my mica powders to pop when making colorful soap?
Okay, so here's one thing that we do. First of all, whenever I'm doing something with mica, I ask John, how much am I doing? Because there is a formula. It's typically 1 teaspoon per pound of oils.
I do too.
He does 2. So we oversaturate.
If you look at the websites, they usually give you
A
by
form-
weight, so
yeah.
by grams. I don't really go that way. I usually use 2 teaspoons of oil.
2 teaspoons of
2 teaspoons of mica per pound of oil.
right.
Now, for some of the colors, like yellow, which I hate, we will mix
A neon in there.
either a neon in there or an oxide.
Yeah, so that's I was just gonna get to that. So we put in however much he said, 2 teaspoons per pound of oil. But if we want it to really pop, either half of that, 2 teaspoons, maybe we'll do like, if we're doing a red, we might do, not a red, because we don't have a
The
red
red's
neon.
pretty good.
But like if we're doing the blue, we can use a teaspoon of whatever blue we're using, and then we throw in a teaspoon of blue shocker. And that, like the neon colors, just, they help to make things pop.
So I add it to the batter, or put some of the oil in a separate cup, and then, right, yeah, that's better, the batter.
Well,
Oh, yeah, oil.
some
Like you disperse
people,
it.
some people just pour it right in and they use the stick blender. I like to keep mine off separate and then just take a little bit of oil from the batch and pour it in there and mix it up and have it. This way it's all mixed in, because if you have a fragrance that's accelerating, like a rose fragrance, right? And if I put my rose fragrance in and I have my mica, now I'm doing extra stick blending to, I'm looking at me holding the stick. I'm doing extra stick blending so that I can get the colorant mixed in. And next thing you know, you have soap on a stick. It gets too thick to pour or to make anything nice and swirly and pretty with. So that's why I mix mine in beforehand, because it really lessens how much you have to stick blend. Yeah.
And it's more prone to, what you holding there, man?
You love the stamp for the wrapping. I do. I love this one. And you know, we didn't even design the stamp for the wrapping. We had, what's the name? Not Digital to Create. No,
It's, forget her name, Beth from
we got somebody from Instagram,
England.
and she's in England.
So
And
I add 1 teaspoon to a tablespoon of oil, and then add it to the batter.
yeah, I don't really measure out the oil. I just do it so that it you know. And then I don't do extra oil. So like if I poured off, here's my oil for the batch, I just take oil out of that to mix the mica in. I'm not adding extra oil to my batch.
Okay, but if you're doing a soap with multiple colors, how would I make it look awesome?
Same. We do the same thing.
formula, but you split it off and you do it by weight.
Are you going to do that? Be careful, it's raining. Love you.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I do the same thing. So if you're doing multiple colors, we would have all our colors set up. Like if we were mixing them all together, and then just put the neons in there to give the colors pop.
Also, on selected soaps, depending on what it is, we will oven process it to help the blue, to help it go through gel phase, and to help like blues and
Yeah.
greens to pop better.
Yeah.
They seem to stand out better.
So oven process, we don't do a lot of oven. It's called CPOP, cold process oven process.
Jesse said I add extra oil to mine, and it doesn't hurt anything.
No, it doesn't hurt anything.
No,
It
it's
just makes it. It's just more of a super fat.
It's just a super fat.
But I know that some people are just so like, I need to, you know, I don't want to take out of the batch because each layer has to be perfectly even. I'm not that worried about it. I just pour it right on.
Love you and all your help.
Ah, thanks.
Anytime.
So cold process, oven process. We don't really do it that often because my mold won't fit in my oven anymore, because we have the big Margaret mold and it just won't fit in the oven. I can't close the oven door. But if you have a smaller mold, maybe a smaller slab or the single loaf, sometimes when we do the individual ones or the custom loaves, we will CPOP that. And what CPOP means is we turn the oven on to its lowest setting, which is 170
For us.
for us. Yours might be less, might be a little bit more. Turn the oven on. Once it reaches temperature, we turn it off. Then we put the soap in the oven and close the door, leave it overnight. It's nice and warm in there.
Put on the oven light too,
And put on the oven light.
to regulate the heat.
Yeah, to keep the heat regulated. And then in the morning, it's gorgeous. Here's when you should not do that. Do not CPOP your soap if you have melt and pour embeds on top. They will melt.
Ask us how we
Asking
know.
how I know. Do not CPOP your soap if there's milk in the batter. Ask me how I know. It can volcano, but it will most likely split. We had it split. It did not volcano. But there, you know, I mean,
And sugar too. If you got
and sugar. Any kind of like the beet juice. I would not CPOP this because it's got beet juice in it and carrot juice in it. So sugar.
I made cashew soap 2 days ago. I'm making it a point to make one loaf, 31.5 ounces every other day or two.
Nice.
Looking for tips.
Well, we are here for tips and tricks. Tips and Tricks with Margaret and John.
What soap did you make?
Me?
This one.
This one is called Wicked Garden. We call it Wicked Garden because it's got stuff from your garden in it, right? It has turmeric, which I guess you can't get turmeric in your garden. It has ginger and beets. That's the roots?
That we ground up and made into juice.
Turmeric?
Yeah.
And,
Ginger, beets,
yes,
carrots.
there you go. So it's all stuff from the garden, and it makes a fantastic soap.
That replaces the water.
Yes, instead of water, we have the carrot juice and the beet juice, and that, in addition to giving you the benefits of carrot juice and beet juice, it also makes a much bubblier bar because of the sugars that are in it. So I would not C-pop this bar.
He said, did you make this Sephora or Ulta? No.
No, but I have the fragrances out, and I am going to before we do the next one, because we got another box from AFI with more fragrances in it to test. And actually, we told them that we did the live. They emailed us to see if we got the fragrances and what we thought. We told them that we did the smell test online, and they were excited about it. So she said when we go live next time to let her know. So the people from AFI might come and hang and go on our live when we are doing the smell test, which is odd for me to do because I'm terrible at describing fragrances.
I miss watching you make soaps.
Yes, we made soap a couple of days ago. We made
Grace from AFI? Yes,
Mhm.
Grace from AFI.
Yes, Grace from AFI. We also made a breast milk soap last week. First time we've ever, no, not first time we've ever done that. First time we've ever did that on a live. And AJ, it's for a friend of AJ's girlfriend.
Awesome, I love that. Let us know. Look you live. We'll be ready again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a lot to make, a lot to organize, a lot to do. All right, last ones, and then we're gonna do matte soap, and then we're gonna call it a
It's
night.
bath time.
Yes. I did make some lip balms the other day. I was gonna cap the lip balms and put the labels on the lip balms, but I'm really sad because I always test, after I make the lip balms, there's always a little bit left over, and I use that to test and make sure that everything is fantastic. So I take that and I put it on and then lick it to make sure that the flavor tastes good. And I made strawberry lip balm. I'm so glad I only did a small batch. Normally we make 240, 250 at a time. And this time I'm like, I don't really need that many. I'm gonna make a small batch. I made 50 of them. And I tasted it afterwards and they were terrible. I'm guessing my flavor went wrong. So I have to throw them all out. I'm so sad.
Do you leave your soaps unwrapped and sitting on a shelf until they are sold?
I don't leave them until they're sold. We used to do that when we first started. We would leave the soaps sitting out, and then we get an order, and then, I would pull the order and say, okay, they got these soaps, right? So they'd have like, this soap, this soap, this soap, this soap. I would get the 4 wrapping papers. I would wrap them up. I would take the labels, put them, and then pack it all up. But I felt like that wasn't efficient enough. So,
Well, once you start selling,
yeah, when
like
you're
the orders,
when we had like 10, 15 orders, then it was just taking too long to process orders and get them out the door. So I said, what if we just wrap everything in advance and have that on the shelf? What?
just bite the bullet and wrap them all at once.
Yeah, so is it a pain? Yes. Is it fun? No. But if I do it live, then I'm yapping and it doesn't really feel like work, if that makes sense. So, we do leave them sitting on the shelf for a full month before I wrap them. And the reason for that is, and I need another thing of labels. I'm 4 short. So one more page, please.
So, yes, sir.
Yes. So I let them wait an entire month before I wrap them because when soap is first made, it has to cure. And like John was saying before, that the byproduct of adding lye to the oils, the byproducts are glycerin and water. All of that water most of that water has to evaporate, right? So your bar, when you first make your bar, like this might be 6.5 ounces, almost a 7-ounce bar of soap when it's first made. A month later, it's not weighing 7 ounces. It's closer to 6.25 or something like that, right? So it's over 6 ounces, but it's going to shrink as it loses the water. The bar shrinks. So if I wrapped it right away, then it would look like it would look like a guy in a suit that just lost a lot of weight. It just wouldn't fit right, right? So it just wouldn't fit right. So that's why a lot of people do boxes, because the box isn't going to shrink with the soap. So we let it sit for a week. I mean, we let it sit for the 4 weeks. So it's pretty much done all of the shrinking that it's going to do. And then when it gets to you, it's not going to look like it doesn't fit in its wrapping paper. Does that make sense? Was that a weird analogy?
Certainly was thorough.
I'm thinking of fat guys in poorly fitting suits. Thank you, sir. Can you grab me mat soap while you're standing right there?
Yeah, it is.
There.
Yeah.
Two.
Can I shove place these? Yeah.
Thank you. 3. And 4.
You up on the screen.
What?
You put your TV on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You could have totally done that, but then I guess
So
you
let
can't
it
see the
fully
comments.
cure 6 weeks and then wrap it, and
Mm-hmm.
it won't go bad while waiting to get sold. No.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Soap doesn't go bad, right?
So they
Soap
don't go bad if I wrap. No, they don't go bad.
soap gets better as it ages, right? The only thing that can happen really if you have soap that's very, very old is if you have a fragrance in it, it can fade and it'll lose its fragrance and then it'll just smell like a plain old bar of soap that had no fragrance in the first place. Yeah, because think about it, if you have a Castile soap, that is supposed to sit and on the shelf for a full year before you can use it. So this is Matt's soap. We've got just
Live
the cute little
recommendations, straight up.
warm and fuzzy label. This is what we were talking about, the extras. We have all these little extras. So we're gonna wrap it like this.
Okay.
It's a hockey puck. It's so strange. So I'm on the big TV, right? So we have this hockey puck. This is a shave soap. John made this one. I couldn't even tell you what's in it.
1 week ago, so it won't be cured until March next year.
A Castile, technically, yeah. Well, can you use it before that? Yes. But I find that if you have a Castile soap and you haven't let it cure all the way, it gets a little bit slimy feeling.
John, have you tried to shave soap? I don't shave with anything. I shave dry.
Yeah.
And well, I don't shave.
And he doesn't really shave anyway. He keeps that
When I get back,
scruff.
I have to open your box you sent.
Who said that?
July.
You still haven't opened that box? That's okay. So,
Yeah, the Castile soap is very, it's very creamy. It's not.
yeah,
there's
it's
no
not going to
lather.
be a good
at all.
bubbly lather. It never is because it's, that's just, you're not using a soap, you're not using an oil that's known for making
Super
bubbles.
gentle.
It's very, very gentle and it might feel, if you use it before it's fully ready, it might feel a little bit slimy, right? And if you touch the soap and you pick it up, it feels like,
Stream.
it like snot. That's the
let's-
only way to
let's
describe
move
it.
on,
It's the
shall we?
only way to describe it. And and the longer you let it cure, the less likelihood that that will happen. If you've let your soap sit, if you let your Castile sit for a full year,
Don't
you're not going to get
adopt
that.
me.
It's going to be so creamy and so yummy and delicious. Don't eat
Don't
it.
want to adopt me? You give great tips and tricks.
I give tips because I've been doing it for a little while, so
And we're not about gatekeeping.
yes.
As evidenced by episode 2 or 3 of the
Dirty Heifers podcast. Yeah, we're not about the gatekeeping over here. I'm about you know why? Let me explain why I don't gatekeep and I give tips. In addition to the fact that I'm just that kind of person.
I'm 60, so I'm trained.
What?
She's 60, so she's trained.
Yeah. In addition to the fact that I love to hear myself talk.
No.
You were too quick with that no,
What?
sir.
I'm just trying to be.
In addition to that fact, part of handmade soap and the handmade soaping community is I find that we have to do a lot of explaining, like, hello, Daniela. Oh, I tried handmade soap once and it was terrible. Or I tried handmade soap and it was slimy. Or I tried handmade soap and fill in whatever terrible thing happened to that person. And that's because, you know, if I know how to avoid whatever it is that that person is complaining about, and I can help someone, then that's less people that I'm going to have to try and educate later.
Matt said, John on the quick draw. Hey, watch it, pal. Rosa Jones, do you make lip balm?
We do make lip balm. I make several varieties of lip balms. I think 20-something varieties of lip balm. I do not recommend getting the pizza flavored one.
Pizza one.
I have it up there. I don't recommend it. It's more of like a gag gift one. I'm never making the pizza one again. If it ever, so wrong paper.
She's like garlic.
Yeah, it just tastes like garlic.
Do you use shea butter?
I do use shea butter in a lot of things. In
The
the
lip
soap,
balm?
I do.
The lip
Oh,
balm?
in the lip balm, yeah, I just made it yesterday. It was coconut, rice bran oil, and shea butter. That's it.
Did you use shea butter or mango butter?
No, I used the shea butter because
Are you allergic, Rosa? Is that why?
no, I use shea butter.
Okay, I'm just asking.
But if you have an allergy, I can make a very, very small batch using
She's
different
allergic to it.
ingredients. She's allergic to it. If you send me an email, I can formulate.
We can make it with.
I can
something
make it
else.
without it. Instead of shea butter, I can use cocoa butter. Right?
With mango butter.
Mango butter. I can use a different butter.
Do you advise putting the ingredients label on your bar soap or just the name of the soap?
It's tough.
I would say put it on because. you want
Eventually,
people-
we're going to have to wind up doing that. I have a feeling.
Yeah, but you want people to know what's in it.
Yes.
In case of any allergies or something.
I put my ingredients on my website, and I also put the ingredients on the bar, simply because of that person who just said, I'm allergic to shea butter. If she bought my soap, there's shea butter in every single bar, except for Castile, right? So I put my ingredients on because I want people, there's a lot of people who read those labels because they have allergies or sensitivities or preferences. But you don't have to. As of right now, if you make soap, you can just write soap, and that's okay.
Yeah, Rosa, do me a favor, send us an email, warmandfuzzysoapery@gmail.com, and, say you were on the live talking
Yes.
about replacing the shea butter. We'll make up a small batch, we'll make up a couple for you to see if you like them.
The lip balms, but it will have to
Lip
be
balms.
all one flavor though.
Yeah, not to be
Yeah.
single flavor,
I can probably do like a,
or plain, I don't know if you're sensitive to flavors or not, but you let us know, and we'll replace it,
mhm.
just in case.
I like the way these are wrapping.
Yeah, they're cool. And it's the perfect size for pucks.
Yeah, and these pucks, that's what I was saying, these pucks also fit in we do make a dish soap. This fits in the dish perfectly as well. So as replacements, we can, refills, not replacements. You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna be testing in July. I'm gonna send a couple of the smaller ones to July.
The smaller ones, the shave soaps. How should I wrap those smaller ones?
I don't know.
Because this is way too big for it.
Yeah, I might be able to overlap it.
Yeah, I don't have any labels for it though. I only have enough labels for the big ones.
So,
It smells so. Is there patchouli in it?
it might be.
It might be. But I like it, and I don't like patchouli. But I.
Julie!
Hello,
You on here?
Julie.
Julie just ordered. We haven't seen you in a while, kiddo.
Let's put
Julie,
these
I bet she
this
got a
way.
custom stuff.
Julie just ordered a custom note?
No, I'm pretty sure she did.
What's pretty cool?
Do it, that's got a barrel top for the shop.
Oh,
Top and barrel.
Oh.
That's the picture you sent me before?
that's cool.
Alright. Gary V texted me. Hello, Gary V. Come say hi, have a surprise. Alright.
And that's it.
I wants to try the Silky Legs shave bar.
Let's do 3 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We've got 12 of those. And let's see what it looks like if I wrap up one of the small ones.
Say hi. We just saw you there, Julie. Hello, and thank you. A few more soap. I should get a few more loaves. What are you talking about?
Seriously.
How dirty are you?
I don't. What do you think of this? For the little one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I don't have a label to stick it there. I'm just going to pop a piece of tape on here.
We haven't seen Julie in a while. Just talking about it the other day.
And and grab me 3 more. Yeah. Ooh, something just flashed. I don't know what happened though. I must have missed something.
You want those round ones, right?
Yeah, the round labels.
Are they big enough? Are they small enough?
Yeah, it'll take up the whole. It'll be the whole circle, but it'll be good. It'll be good. So, let's see, what else? You're getting so jealous. It smells so good. It smells so good. And it's such a creamy color too, with no, like there's no, this is the color of our soap when there's no colorant added. It's this like nice, just cream color. It looks a little yellowish on the TikTok feed, but on the YouTube feed, it looks a little bit more closer to the actual color that it is. I don't know why the colors on the TikTok feed are way more bright, vibrant. I wonder if I have a filter on. Let's see if I have a filter on. Do I? I don't even know how I turn them on and off. No idea. Oh, my real-time performance. That's interesting. That's a new thing for me to notice. I make the soap, body butter, shave butter, lip balm, shampoo bar, but I also candles them. Yep. Everything but candles that are not in jars. Interesting. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I would have gotten the coffee filters myself while he was printing the stuff, but I couldn't even tell you where the coffee filters are located in my home. Is that weird? I mean, I'm assuming they're in one of the cabinets. I'm assuming it's in the cabinet that's by the microwave since it's still open. It's ajar, but I would not have guessed. Ah.
All these years of going live on TikTok, and now I just figure out that I can go sideways like this.
Oh, you could do that on the TikTok too?
That's where I am here.
That's interesting.
I call them freestanding candles when they are not in a vessel of sorts.
Like a pillar candle, you mean?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not buying flowers because my grandpa asked me for fresh flowers. That's sweet. Starting to prefer making everything but okay. Margaret, have you tried the shave soap?
I haven't tried it yet. Should I try it? Maybe we'll just leave one out. Or is there any more over there?
That's all I have.
This is it. I'm going to keep this one for myself then. We're going to try it today, me and John. I'm going to try it in about an hour.
You're gonna do shave my neck?
Me?
Hey.
I was going to say, I shave my legs. I shave my legs every day.
You said yes, please try it.
Well, you could shave up here. No. Yeah, John doesn't really shave because he's got the beard. He only shaves
That
when he
essentially is what not shaving means.
trims it down. Did you see, I heard on the news today that there's a trend upticking in beard transplants. Because beards are so trendy, there's actually a market for beard
John's
transplants. Shave John's legs. And that because it's a new kind of thing, it's not really regulated and people are getting some wacky ass beards. And then what happens when you get a beard transplant and now you have all these scars from like them moving, whatever? It's like, you know.
Well, then you have to, and then what if you want to shave?
And then, yeah, and then you shave it, and then what happens? Years from now, when having a beard is not a trend anymore, now you've got to explain the scars on your face from your beard transplant. It's just weird. Weird. And that's it. That's all she wrote. We've got Wicked Garden done. We've got Matt's shave soap done, which that can go out ASAP, right?
Yeah, I got that, and I got a couple of other things for him in the box. Oh, Matt, I forgot. Happy anniversary, by the way. A couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
He's got Aleppo soap that's got to go to him.
Do you want me to wrap those and put it on this tray?
He previously said that you have trouble with naming soap scents. Any suggestions?
That is
We don't really have a problem with that.
the problem with that is, okay, so what we like to do is name our soaps after songs. The problem with that is when people pick up a label and they see something called Mr. Blue Sky or they see something called, you know, Purple Rain, they have no idea what the fragrance is going to be. So that's one of the reasons why we put on our soap the actual scent. I put the name, and then underneath the name I put the fragrance. I find that ChatGPT is fantastic at helping name things. So if you were to say, go to the website where you got the fragrance and copy down all of the fragrance notes, top notes, middle notes, bottom notes, and even sometimes they give a little description of the fragrance, take that, put it into ChatGPT and say, give me 10 suggestions on naming this soap. They will give you 10. They might be ridiculous. You can refine it from there, but it's really good at naming things. Interpretive branding is hard. That what makes, yes, it is. It is. You know, I could certainly, you know, a lot of people just, this is my lavender soap. This is my, you know, turmeric soap. This is my rose soap. This is my cucumber soap. It's easy because people are familiar with the fragrances, but there's a lot of fragrances out there that are mixed. So this is my, you know, this is my lavender rose soap. This is my, you know, it's just, it's hard. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to market when you're not in person and the people can't just go, oh, this is pretty.
Yeah.
Smell it. I want it. Now you're just looking online and you're reading a description, and that's tough.
Cinnamon might be red to one or brown to another, so it gets complicated.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Fruity Pebble soap today. Nice. What did you name it? I know you didn't name it Fruity Pebble soap, right? Uh,
okay.
she might have, but some, like Fruity Pebble soap, you can get in trouble for that if you name it Fruity Pebble soap. So if you name it something like Jesse does Saturday morning cartoons, we call ours what?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. You gotta kind of watch.
You're not really selling them like that, right?
Yeah, you kind of gotta watch just for trademark stuff.
My thing with that though is if you're small, you know what?
You're probably just gonna get a warning.
Do it until they tell you not to.
Yeah, do it until they tell you not to. But you probably just get a warning.
Especially with something like that, because people will know exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Like we have the what is it, the cosmic debris that's got the.
that's what I was trying to think of.
fruits.
Cosmic debris.
And if you put it onto people's noses, they're like, oh, I know that fragrance. I know that fragrance. And then when you tell them what it is, then they get it.
Yes. You could call it,
Combination
cereal
of fresh
soap.
orange fragrance oil and Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
All of the Fuzzy Soapery soap smells are so good and amazing. I think I've tried them all. Tiffany, you have tried them all.
You probably have.
More than once, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yep. Well, thank you on YouTube is what? Kath.
Kath,
She
you gotta go
said-
follow her.
Yeah. She said, I've enjoyed this live. It was nice meeting July and chatting with you all. Oh, I'm glad that we did that then. Even if we just met one person, that's fantastic. This is our first time at trying dual lives. You can't see it, but I have my phone up here and my laptop right
Everybody was
here.
wondering what you're staring at.
And is that what I'm, okay, yeah, you know why? Because
We gotta figure out how to.
this one, looking up at TikTok makes it look like I'm how I always look when I'm reading something on YouTube. So I have to figure out how to arrange my cameras so that they're a little bit closer to each other, or I've got to figure out how to get TikTok live through Riverside. I've got to figure out if anybody out there knows how to get a streaming key from TikTok, let me know, because then I can just stare here. Be like, hey y'all. Nope? All right, fine. All right, so I guess that's it. It is 6:45. We are going to end this live. We are going to go live a couple more times. What?
I know Busy Bee soaps.
Busy
I know
Bee.
our logo. There you go. Okay.
All right.
She's only got a couple videos, but we're gonna follow.
Yes, we're totally going to follow her now. And she will be part of the community now. YouTube, I can get it work. Nice.
Cool.
When are you going to do liquid soap back in stock? Crystal.
We are kind of phasing out liquid soap.
Yeah, I'm kind of phasing it out
We're trimming things
because
down.
with the impending move coming up, just keeping a tremendous amount of stock in the house is going to be tough. And then also we're trying to streamline, so we're getting rid of, I always want to say flavors. We're getting rid of some of the scents of soaps, and we're even, we're condensing things. Like Wicked Garden used to be 2 separate bars. We used to have the carrot and turmeric and carrot bar and the beet and ginger bar, and now we're putting them together as one, simply because it's it's kind of overkill when we have that many fragrances, or not fragrances, that many varieties, and that when you have that many varieties, it really can cause analysis paralysis when you get to the website and you go, oh, let me just go get an unscented soap. And even just the fact that we have 6 or 7 different varieties of unscented, it can be overwhelming, and then people get turned off for that. So we're going to start to limit what we're doing.
Bigger factory.
Oh,
No, not yet. What?
no, not yet. We're not going bigger yet. Yeah, we'll see how it goes when we get there. We'll see how stuff picks up once we get there and we have the shop. And we're going to do a house shop at first.
So I'm definitely looking at one of those pillow wrappers. No?
Pillow wrappers?
The automatic soap wrap. It'll do what you're doing right there. The automatic.
Oh,
We'll run through, 70 or 150 soaps in 4 minutes,
Nice.
Pillow packaging machine.
Pillow packaging
There
machine.
you go.
Yep.
Definitely. That'd probably be the first thing that I would get, other than the 400-pound containers of oil.
Oh yeah. The getting the oils in the larger capacity containers and then having them all separate in and ready to just pull, that's going to be key. That'll really because prep work, a lot of the times we don't do, oh, I have to make stuff today, but it's the prep work before you make and the cleanup after you make that is kind of a deterrent to actually making things. I mean, because you have to clean up afterwards, you have to do all the prep to make a batch of soap, you have to measure out all of the oils. Yes, we master batch, but even just to fill Bertha, it's just a pain to fill her up. So if we had all of the oils separate in their separate containers and warmed and melted, it would be a lot easier. A lot easier, a lot faster. A lot more. We're just looking to streamline everything. But we're going to head off now.
It's bath time.
I'm going to go test out my shave soap now that it's all ready. And, I like this song. It's one of the first songs I ever learned how to play on piano. It's pretty easy, too. Anyway, we're going to head on out of here, and we will see you next time. Remember, life is short. Use the good soap. You deserve it.
Hello. JJ said hello before you left.
Goodbye,
Hello,
JJ. Hello, JJ. End that now, and end session for all.